Welcome back to the Sound for More channel and welcome back to another tutorial on Groove Rider 2. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Additionally, if you would like to support what I do, please do check the instruction contained in the video description. Thank you again. So, let's go and create a new pattern, which in this case is an empty pattern. Today we are going to use, click here and hold on the plus sign, we're going to use SoundFont or extension SF2. When you load a SoundFont here option on one layer, it gives you the option here to load a bank. So you click on load bank and of course you can import a SoundFont from files. And as you can see, I have already done that. I have 3 or 4, and I have also the default one as well that comes with Groove Rider 2. Let's pick up the first one and click on it again. And then here you have the selection of the different instrument, right? The first thing I like to do when I load a SoundFont, particularly if it is something like a piano, is just go to the settings here and increase the polyphony to 16 to max, okay? And of course, you can explore the bank with different instrument and play. Perhaps I like to adjust a little bit the master, a little bit like that. And of course, you can have a lot of fun. I even imported a bank which is quite large, over 500 megabyte, which is actually quite good. You can see it is loading it quite fast. Of course, just remember to check your setting, but I've already done that, so the polyphony is at maximum, in this case 16th, which probably for a piano is not enough, but it's not so bad. Okay, let's have a look at other things that we have available on the screen. First of all, you find on the bottom left-hand side here a symbol of lock. Click on it and it will say Soundbank will be locked to work with only one selected sample. Okay, you might want to do that. I don't recommend it if, of course, you want to play only with SoundFont, but you have the option. Of course, you will hear the difference, and you will not see the changes here of the samples. Of course, you can click on it again and unlock it, and then, of course, and now you can see the samples changing here. Next, here you have a cut. Click on it, and it will say this will load the selected sample into a sampler. So click on yes, and practically you go back to have a normal sampler. Okay. Sounds a little bit faint, of course, but the beauty, of course, of working with a sampler is that you can set your looping, and you can go slicing, warp mode, forward, etc. You can go in edit mode, now normalize it, for example, so on and so forth. Now, as you converted it to a sampler, you don't have an option to go back to SoundFont, but you can, of course, click undo. And sometimes it doesn't work like in this case because I've already done some changes. But if I was to delete the layer and load these back again, and let's choose that Tyrus one, and let's cut it like so, right? You can see the undo is still in operation. So if I click to undo, it goes back to being a SoundFont. Okay, so that's. Just remember that if you cut it and then you start to edit it like so and you normalize it and then you save, that your undo is gone. Okay, so in that case you have to delete the layer and bring him back. As I said, it is actually quite fast in terms of loading the font, the sound font, which is great. Now, as a sound font, you don't have access to start and length for the sample, but you have access to these two options, where you can use a decimator or a boost. Boost, of course, or decimator. And you can see the changes here on the dial E1 or Edit 1. Okay, so let's take the opportunity also to go through the envelope. Now, we have these sound font, and let's choose actually something different. You see, it has its own envelope. As you can see on the envelope here, you have your traditional attack, decay, sustain, and release. The release is set to 0, but if I click and let go, right. Now, let's say that I want to change the attack. It's not changing it. The reason is that if you go to edit on the envelope, you will find that it is off. Now, this is a traditional ADSR option or an envelope, so you can set it to go to the amp as a ADSR, or also just to have the release, right? Amp on and release only, if that is what you wish to do. Now I set it to ADSR, and then of course I can click and drag to change the sustain, click and drag to change the decay and the attack as well, and the release as well. And of course you can direct these to pitch, to edit 1, which in this case is a decimator here, and then you can change also the shape here of the attack, of the decay, and the release. And you can do that also on the graph as well. So it's pretty simple how it works. And now you can hear that you have much more attack, and if we increase the release, there you go. So you have that those options as well, and this is how the envelope works, which of course you can use it in this case to the amplitude, but you can also use it to the pitch if I give it more attack, or I can use it on edit 1 where I have the decimator here. Okay, nice. Let's remove the sustain. Give it more decay. Change the curvature. Okay, so hopefully that explains a little bit how the envelope works, and also how the sound font works. Okay, so you cannot swap here the assignment to start and length. Okay, unless of course you can go to sampler like so, and then it enables these two. You can see it has already assigned E1 and E2 to start and length, because now it is a sampler. Equally here, if you lock it as well, and notice as well that when no sample was selected, it would not allow you to lock it as well, so you need to have played at least one note. So if I go like so, at the moment it still has a sample, so it won't do it. But if you don't have any sample, you will, of course, doesn't allow you to lock it or unlock it. But when you lock it, you can see you have start and length already available. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and as always, see you next time. Bye.